What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Before we get started, a like, comment and subscribe will be very much appreciated. I'm trying to get videos out every day. As I said in the last 3 videos, I think this is number 4. Nighttime video today. I've been out working. For those of you that don't know, that have been around for a while, I live in Melbourne, Australia. So it is currently, what's that? Nearly 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. here. Long day, big drive. Anyone that's from Australia might know where Sale and Bairnsdale is. That's where I was today. I live close to southeast Melbourne. So solid 3-hour drive down there, saw some customers and came back. But I woke up this morning to what is relieving news about Ramazani. And I think all us Leeds fans can breathe a big sigh of relief. Fingers crossed on the medical. But what a signing that would be. If it happens, you know, we've been burnt so much this week. It wouldn't surprise me if something fell through. I'm not going to speak it into existence, but, you know, I said on my other videos, if we go to the continent and get some cheaper players, I definitely would be opposed to that. And I think at the end of the day, this deal, I'm pleasantly surprised by this deal. And I think, you know, it was definitely a sense of being desperate for myself. You know, go get Jack Clark. You know, doesn't matter what he costs, go get him, because you just want something positive. And I can't profess to know heaps about Ramazani. I'm aware of him. I've, you know, heard of him in the past, but I can't profess to have watched a lot of him. I saw his goal against Real Madrid. That's a fantastic signing, especially for value for money, for what he is. It's a sort of player that I can really get around. And so far, watching his videos of him scoring and doing flips, it's making me feel so much more positive, and I can't wait for him to sign and score at Ellen Road and do one of those double backflips there in front of the fans and hopefully help us kick on for the season. You'll also see in the thumbnail, I'm trying something new. I'm just trying the Canva app for the thumbnail, so I'm attempting to make my own thumbnails. I can't say I'm very good at it, but I'm going to give it a crack. I'll get better and better as I go, and I'm trying to watch what other people do and try to, you know, I probably didn't color this one right and the backgrounds and everything, but I'll work it out. So just trying to improve some little bits and pieces. So thumbnails and obviously I don't edit the videos. There's probably not much need. It's just me talking. But yeah, you'll see on the thumbnail that I made, it was also a midfielder from Paris FC. Again, I watch a lot of Ligue 1, but doesn't mean I watch a lot of Ligue 2 or Ligue 2. But again, if he's a half decent player, I mean, if Burnley's in for him, he can't be bad. I can't profess to, again, know much about him, but, you know, attacking midfielder, can play on the right. You get him and Ramazani in. Ramazani's way too close to Radrizzani, by the way. Ramazani, you get this lad in, and I think that's just made up for losing. It's not made up, but it's brought 2 players in that can be options. Still need a midfielder, still need a fullback, because we're an injury away from not having any fullbacks. But geez, what a absolute difference it makes when something positive happens. You know, I woke up this morning, I checked the news. I actually didn't scroll far enough at first. I just checked to see if anything was there, and I was a bit tired, didn't have much sleep. Got in the car, started driving, and I went onto Connor from One Leeds Fan Channel's video, and he was talking about Ramazani's close to signing. And I just immediately, it lifted me up. I was, you know, the last week I've been sort of, you know, the usual struggles with work and life, and then Leeds get you down. And it's amazing how quickly that can change when a signing happens, an exciting signing at that. You know, Jonathan Rowe's gone to Marseille, who is my other other team, you know, is my French team. I support them. I like watching Liga and Marseille, and my partner's French, so I feel like I've got a connection to that country and that league. So I picked Marseille probably, 5-6 years ago, and I've just, you know, I really enjoy watching them play and really enjoy supporting them as well. But obviously Leeds is number one no matter what. And Jonathan Rowe's gone to them. I don't know how I felt about that. I don't know if Jonathan Rowe, it's kind of that awkwardness where Marseille's going for you know, Champions League football, and is Jonathan Rowe that level? Probably not. Is Jonathan Rowe Leeds level? Yeah. So I kind of was hoping Rowe would come to Leeds more than go to Marseille, and I was hoping Marseille would sign someone probably a higher caliber. If that might sound a bit wrong. But that was what I was kind of hoping. But look, I'm sure Jonathan Rowe will do well at Marseille. I didn't check to see if it's confirmed yet, but I know that they put a bid in. I think it was 14 million. So overall, extremely positive. I feel so much better. And we need more signings. It sounds greedy, but I tell you what, when you've taken everything from me, I'm going to be greedy. You know, as Leeds fans, I think we deserve a bit of positivity after the last week and a half now. And yeah, I actually feel relieved. It feels like relief. Now, of course, again, fingers crossed, it's got to get over the line. I was wondering who we were getting that's close to a Somerville replacement. I know you can't replace him, and that's why I was, you know, thinking Jack Clark, because he's obviously more limited than Somerville. Otherwise, they would be you know, Premier League teams would sign sign Jack Clark over Somerville. But he's, you know, a good player at this level. But yeah, just relief. And I think I've heard some comments about trying to jam pack too many players in at once, and I do kind of agree. You know, we need 4. I think 3 starting signings and then a backup fullback from maybe on loan or something would be good. You don't then have to jam pack too many players in, but you need a starting left winger. You need to look at, you know, maybe Cabal comes in and he plays. Maybe he doesn't come in straight away. I do want to see Aronson at the number 10. Just thinking about it, you know, he's only played on the wing. I kind of want to see Aronson at the 10, Nonto at on the right, and then obviously get Ramazani in on the left, but or even Nonto at the 10. I just wouldn't mind seeing what that side dynamic looks like. I think I like Dan James as a footballer, but playing him out on the right, you know, when he plays on the right, it's got to be it feels like a certain game. It has to be a certain type of game for Dan James to really thrive. One where they do attackers, where they do leave that space in behind. If the space isn't there, I do find that he struggles. You know, he is a bit of a one-trick pony. He's got that pace, which is great, but and it's a good tool to have. You know, I think that Dan James would thrive against a team like a Burnley that are going to come at us, are going to look to beat us. But you know, against on the weekend against West Brom, where they were really struggling both teams were struggling to do anything. Neither team wanted to really do anything. I think you saw him struggle a bit to really have any sort of, what's the word, impetus? Is that the word? Have any impact on the game. So, you know, here we go. Ljubicic, hopefully we bring Ljubicic in. Yeah, just anyone. I just want to see signings, and after seeing Ramazani, I feel a bit more like I trust the 49ers again a little bit to get it right, and they clearly look. I think they're, lack of a better word, dicking around a fair bit to get things done. But at the end of the day, if they take a little bit longer, but they get the right signings in, you know, I think quality over quantity. We need 5. I'd be happy to go get 3. I think 3's a minimum for me. I think 3's a minimum. If Cabal doesn't come in, I think you need at least a left winger, a midfielder, and a fullback. I I don't think we can live without a number 10, but if that was not to happen, I think that's the best. It's not the worst case scenario. But yeah, I think overall it's got to be at least 3. Like I said earlier in the video, I think a fullback could be a lone E. I'd like to see 3 signings. That's, you know, a midfielder, attacking midfielder, and a winger. I just don't know if they're going to do that much. But that fullback spot really scares me a fair bit because, you know, we've got Sam Byram. He can sort of fill in left and right back, but at the end, let's be honest, he's not a long-term solution if someone goes down with a decent injury. It is positive he can play either side. You know, I do think you want to go get a left back because Sam Byram's naturally a right back. So I'd say go get a backup left back who I don't really know. Firpo's been great in the championship, so it's going to be hard to sort of put somebody in that's going to go in over Firpo. And that's unfortunately even with the starting 11 we have now, it's hard to sort of go get someone who is an out-and-out starter. The only ones you can go get is a number 10 and a left winger because that's the positions we've lost. I'm looking around the park going, even probably a centre mid. But except for that, it's hard to sort of see who would come in and take spots. Possibly a striker, but I still back Mateo Joseph to start. Problem for me is who comes on for Joseph. If he was to get injured or not playing well, and that's Bamford, and I think that's where the depth lacks, and we need to go get a striker to push Bamford down the pecking order, but I'm aware we probably won't do that. So at the end of the day, Bamford's going to be number 2. I just really hope everyone doesn't get on board with trying to bring him on. He's not the solution. Cup games at max, really. But comment below and subscribe if you like my content. You know, share it to your friends and family if you think that they'll like it. And yeah, I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a welcome to Leeds video for Ramazani and some more, hopefully, close links for some other players like Cabal. Anyway, thanks for listening and watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.